Well, welcome back. Welcome to the Marlon Cox Show. You know, I'm always excited. I'm always excited to be back with you. You know, the word that we started off with during this time was the word purpose. So before we get started, we're going to make sure we stay on purpose, but welcome to the Marlon Cox Show. Make sure you share, and let your friends know that we're on. But before we get started with our show today, which is going to be awesome, talking about health and wellness, and our guest who is amazing. But before we do that, let me just give you some words of encouragement. To get rich, never risk your health. For it is the truth that health is the wealth. And that's by Richard Barr, so don't forget that. That's always the way. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the Marlon Cox Show. And you know, our whole thing today is skincare, wellness that keeps on giving. In today's fast-paced world, the importance of holistic wellness and self-care has become increasingly recognized. And one avenue, though, which individuals can explore physical, you hear what I'm saying now, physical and emotional healing, is through therapeutic massage therapy. Therapeutic massage therapists play a vital role, guys, in enhancing our overall well-being as we devolve into the world of therapeutic massage. You know, and you guys have been hearing about this, but we're going to dive into it today. We seek to understand the unique skills, techniques, and the philosophy that the practitioners brings to their work. So you're watching the Marlon Cox Show. Yep.
You are watching the Marlon Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.
Facing you.
Look at the red light when you talk, okay?
Okay.
Well, we are back. You know, I said I took you on that roller coaster ride that we're going to talk about wellness and skincare. So let's get started today because we're going to explore what therapeutic massage, we're going to really explore what that is and the benefits of the therapeutic massage. And now it is the practice that models and talent should explore. And I really have to bring that in because for some reason, people remember models, people in the entertainment world, and people who have talent. We have to explore the whole benefit of therapeutic massage. And now that's very important for models. So our guest today, Ruffin, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I am so excited to have you here.
Care Essence Therapeutic Massage.
All right.
Yes.
And what made you? Where did that name come from? Was that something special?
So I'm a native Washingtonian,
Okay.
And one of the founding entities in Washington D.C. is go-go music, and so there is a group called Rare Essence.
Okay.
And so I kind of mimicked after that with the term care and essence being combined, but my platform is healthcare.
Healthcare.
Yes, and with healthcare, I've been in the healthcare system for a very long time, about 30 years now, and health and wellness has always been important to me. Mm-hmm. However, when I worked in the healthcare industry, I saw some things that I didn't like.
Okay.
You know, that sometimes doctors and pharmaceuticals make decisions that aren't always in our best interest, but as opposed to, harping on the negative, I wanted to focus on the positive, and one of the ways that I could do that is to be able to connect with patients one-on-one.
And see, because I'm one of your patients, so let's get that straight.
Right.
I'm one of her patients, and we're going to let you know where she's located. She's located right here in Prince George's County.
Yes.
And so that's so important. So to tune in, because by the end of our conversation, to my guests, and everyone who follows the show, we hope you will have gained valuable insight on how it can enhance both your physical and emotional health.
Yes.
I mean, people say, okay, everybody's tuned into exercise mostly, and they tuned into diet, but they're in tune to their bodies, the signals, the energy that goes through your body, and I'm a believer. I mean, just a holistic person, period. And I love what you said, Nicole, a little earlier, and we'll move on, about we don't want to get into anything negative about the industry, but I'm because I'm part in American Indian. I'm so far away from the medicines,
right?
Because of my grandparents,
right?
And that's not my first step. My first step is holistically, and the natural things. Go out there and pick a plant.
Yes.
Go out there and boil some water and have some tea.
Come on
so
now.
So I'm all there, and that's my step. And I'm just going to say this. Like everything else in life, people are advocates for their lawyers. They should be for their children's school and grades and things that they do. How about your body?
Exactly.
Because just because someone says take something, and I'll just use me, and then we're going to move on.
Okay.
I went to the doctor, and they're always probing because once you hit that golden age, once you start hitting past 65, every time you turn around, they try and give you a pill. And I tell my little girl, my little nurse, you're not giving Miss Marlene a pill, okay? Okay, cholesterol's up. Okay, when I went back, cholesterol was down 19 points.
Come on now.
So you can work it without the medication. Now, some people can't do that.
Yes.
They have to go right into that. So I'm not telling people, I'm not a medical profession, I'm not recommending anything. But I don't, as far as you, what I love about your services is being in tune to your body. So let's just deal in a little bit about some of the things, your biography.
Okay.
I mean, you have your website, and we're going to make sure that everyone has that. We'll have that up in our information. You did tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the industry, and but one of the things, give me a little bit of information because I like the spiritual part too.
Okay.
About yourself, tell me a little bit about that.
So once again, I was saying that when it comes to our health, it's more important when you're in tune to what's going on with you, and that requires listening, right? So sometimes your healthcare providers will tell you about yourself based on a platform or based on standards, right?
Yes.
And so, like you just said, when you enter into 60s, well, I'm entering in my 50s, and we all get the bells and whistles and things like that. But being attuned to your body requires listening to spirit, listening to God, whatever your religious preference is. You have a conversation with God, and you make decisions based on that. Everybody can't take the same standard pills across the board. They can't take the same surgeries across the board or whatever, because everybody's body is communicating differently. Like I have a iron deficiency. That may not be your issue, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So we can't just blanket tell everyone that now they need to start taking iron because everybody has different things going on with their bodies.
Right.
So it's important to be still, like
Be
the word
still,
says,
yes.
be still and know I'm God.
Yes.
So God can speak to you.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think that's the whole thing that I like about you, the faith and the wellness and the transformation. That to me was so important. And as we discussed through your background in your field, this is something that's dear to my heart. Lymphatic massage. That's so important.
Okay.
How did you become interested in, well, you already told us why you're interested in health and wellness and what made you start your business, but I'm going to tell you, I'm in tune with that.
Okay.
Tell our audience a little bit. I believe in it.
Okay.
And I'm so glad to know, along with the other services that she offers, try to keep this face look a little young, that stuff too. And but that lymphatic massage.
Okay.
I'm so glad that we had that discussion. That I also know that you do that.
Right.
Because that's dear and heart to me.
Okay.
That's something that I believe in doing once a month.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that.
So in therapeutic massage, we have different styles of massage. We have the basic Swedish and deep tissue, which you all know of, and that usually focuses on health, relaxation, and healthcare issues like aches, pains, and injuries. But Ms. Cox is asking about the lymphatic massage, and lymphatic massage is not muscular. So when we talk about the Swedish and deep tissue, we're speaking to the muscles. But when we're doing the lymphatic massage, we're talking about the lymphatic system, which is a part of the immune system. The lymphatic system is found directly underneath your skin. So it's before you get to the muscle. The way that I like to describe it is, for those of us who are still meat eaters, when you're cleaning chicken, when you pull the skin off and you see that film, it's the area between the skin and the film that we're addressing way before we get to the meat. And what happens is, if the lymphatic system gets blocked, there's puffiness involved, there is a backup of fluid, there's inflammation, and the immune system can be sluggish and slow. So when you get sick, you think about the lymphatic system before you think about massages. And so one of the ways that we do that is a technique called the lymphatic drainage massage. It's a very light touch. So you don't come to a massage therapist for lymphatic drainage if you have muscle aches and injuries. The goal is to get mucus and fluid out of the body as quickly as you can, and that's extracted through our mucus, our urine, our poop, and our sweat.
But let me ask you this, because as I was doing a little research about a year ago, maybe two, I was reading that a lot of people, before they go into surgery, come in and get that lymphatic massage.
Right.
Because of the circulation and to help keep the inflammation out of their systems.
Yes.
And then after their surgery, when the doctors release them, they come back to do that massage. How does that play a part in all that?
The lymphatic massage can be used for a lot of different things. So the first thing that we think about is how and why it gets backed up. And so that is because of the environment that we're in, the toxins that we breathe in, the toxins that we consume through narcotic supplements and things like that, or our the foods and things that we eat, processed foods and things like that, or whatever. So our environment cultivates how we get inflamed. And so for surgical procedures, as soon as we cut into the skin, we are damaging the lymphatic system, because like I said, it's right underneath the skin or whatever. So sometimes what is best for the way that you're asking is to enhance the lymphatic system, or prepare the lymph nodes for a procedure. And so what we do is we open up the lymph nodes, we do the lymphatic massage and get fluid and things moving, because once we cut into the body for surgery or whatever, it's going to be it needs to be in its ultimate health, so that the restoration and the recovery and the healing process will be more improved.
So would that be something, just say, like for me, I just believe in it, I'm going to do it once a month. So is that okay for a person to do that once a month?
Absolutely.
You don't have to be going through a surgical procedure.
No, you don't have to go. So it's a great way to prepare someone for surgeries, like the cancer surgeries or the plastic surgeries, actually. But if you have any scar tissue in your body at all, or if you breathe air,
and we do, and we can't help that. As long as we're on this side, we're going to breathe some of that.
If you take in toxins or anything like that, the massage can help. And I would recommend, for routine and maintenance, you can do it about once a month. But with people who have had current surgeries, have some known blockages in their lymph nodes, by seeing like accumulation of fluids in their belly or wherever the scar has developed or occurred, the swelling in the limbs and things like that or whatever, of course we would have them come more frequently. But for maintenance, I would recommend like once a month.
Okay.
Or something
Just to keep it, I always think of it as keeping my immune system healthy.
Absolutely.
It plays a part in that, keeping that immune system.
Yes.
So, but Nicole, she has a wealth of knowledge. I was just, and then we'll leave that one, and then we'll look at your passion for yoga.
Okay.
Okay. Now that's another one I like. I don't do that as like I used to.
Right.
That's one of those ones I like to go out on a class for. Okay, so tell us a little bit on that before we get ready to give me a minute on that, on the yoga, and then we'll do some other things.
Okay, so so during the pandemic, we had all kinds of changes and things like that or whatever. So I had to stay home a lot. I didn't go into the office. My office was one of the businesses that had to close down during the pandemic. And so, we spent a lot of time online looking for things to do. And so I had an opportunity to become a yoga instructor. There was a course in Upper Marlboro, Maryland that I took online.
Wow.
And what I liked about it was an opportunity to enhance the lymphatic system, because movement is a part of.
Okay, so let's just hold that. So movement is a part of that. So what we're going to do, we're going to get ready to go out on our next break, and this is the Marlene Cox Show, and we will see you in a minute.
You are watching the Marlene Cox Show.
When you look at what hair does, hair brings people together.
Hair is an expression of ourselves. Hair is an expression of our roots. It's an expression of our future. It's an expression of our artistic capabilities. Hair is everything.
Ashtay is a combination of my two daughters' names, Ashley and Taylor.
We actually started Ashtay products on a dare, believe it or not.
My wife dared me to go out on my own because I had turned down quite a few offers from other companies.
I said, so what are you going to do? If you so bad, why don't you start your own blankety company? And he said,
that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Just like that. We saw there was a need for a product that took care of this new combination coined global texture.
You have an African-American father, Hispanic mother, so therefore our daughter's hair represented global texture.
Here they are in the early 90s with two mixed children who have this hair texture that's like, ¿qué es esto? What is this? And they needed to find a solution for that.
We created global textures, therefore, who knew best how to deal with it? Ashtay has a unique blend of amino acids and conditioners and moisturizers that help to deal with the global texture market.
We impact our customers' lives through education, through them selling retail. Now they're able to have a profitable business, take care of their families, build and create first-generational wealth.
The education of the stylist to think, to be accountable, to save money, we put that first, then we sell the product.
Most people just look at the stylists differently than we do. We look at them as entrepreneurs and as business people who want their kids to have the best education and travel the world and experience the finer things of life.
We have thousands of cosmetologists that have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they credit us for it. And in turn, they are extremely loyal to the brand. We truly look at every single one of our clients as they're part of our family.
We don't just sell a product, we build relationship. It is our goal to know our customers name by name, person by person, and impact their lives moment by moment.
And we're back. You're watching The Marlene Cox Show, a show about models for models.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. And guess what? Our co-host is back with us. Hi, Valencia. How are you? What's been going on, girl? Have you been listening to this conversation? You know, since you're in that a model, plus she's aware of the beauty industry. So, what did you think about that? We're going to bring Nicole back, and she's going to talk a little bit about finish up on yoga, and then after she finishes that, I want you to come and ask her a couple of questions on a few things. So, tell us about that. How you became the instructor and the things that you did to make it better. Yes.
So what I was telling you is with the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like our heart does.
Yes.
And so what activates the lymphatic system is movement. So what I thought I'd do is combine the yoga and the lymphatic work that I do together to teach people or to teach my clients how to get the lymph flowing when they get stagnant, when they experience inflammation, sinus pressure, excess fluid in the body.
So you send them home with instructions?
Yes.
You send them home with instructions. Do you physically teach a class where people can come out and see you teach?
Not at the moment, but I will be real soon, so I'll keep you posted.
Okay, keep us posted, because that's good that you send them home with instructions on how to keep that fluid and the different things of that drainage. I'm just amazed with that. How do you feel about what we talked about so far? You can just deal in and ask her a few questions. So what do you think about what we talked about so far?
So I'm learning a lot, about the lymphatic massage. I think that's great for people who need that excess, toxins removed out their body. I think that's great. Thank you.
And you know what I heard? Now, she just brought something back to mind. Every now and then I watch The View. I love Whoopi. And she was saying before she prepares for a big event, she gets one of those.
Gets a massage.
Yes. The lymphatic. Yes, she gets one of those. And then she'll And sometimes she'll do a big soak in some Himalaya salt or some Epsom salt, whatever her flavor is for that day. And she says it just gets her ready for a big performance. How does that relate to any of that? Because, you know, we got these models, we got these talents and these entertainers, and they're just going. And as we said earlier, your health is your wealth. So how does that help feed into some of those things?
So I think that Whoopi would probably be using it as a process of detoxification. And so because we have a lot of toxins in our body naturally, we feel sluggish when we have an accumulation of toxins in our body that don't occur naturally. Like I said before, with the environment, with the foods and products that we consume and things like that, it helps to cleanse us so that we can be sharper when it comes to our performances, you know, being in an entertainer or a model and a model. It gives us mental clarity, physical clarity, and things like that.
Yeah, she did say that. Helped her with her lines. She did say that.
Yeah.
Things like that. So what do you just jump on in and see what you like to find out from Nicole? She has a wealth of information that she has shared with us. But just jump in. Anything that you like.
Well, seeing that you in your bio that you discussed, like a iron deficiency, and I had that too. So, so what are your tips for that? I know you said you changed your diet. I read that you changed your diet.
So with the iron deficiency, one of the things that I learned, I'm in menopause.
Oh, you're so young. Welcome.
Not that young.
I'm already saying bye to that.
So I love, I've learned a lot about my body. And one of the things that I learned is, like I said before, everybody's bodies is different. And so with me, the introduction into menopause was take a look at my blood levels. And when I saw that my iron level was critically low, I can't tell everyone that, you know, once you hit a certain age, you have to start taking this, you have to start doing that. Not everybody had the complications that I was having, right? So my iron levels were critically low based on what my doctor said. So my initial recovery was getting iron infusions. That's not everyone's story, right? And so once I got my levels to a blanket normal or within therapeutic range, I started taking iron pills, right? And then I don't plan to take the iron pills long term, but, you know, I have to have some more blood levels taken to find out, you know, am I maintaining that range? And so my foods are the other source or whatever, because like you both, taking pills is not my necessarily go-to, but because my levels were so critically low, I had to, you know, I had to do step one. Now step two is my diet, my exercise, increasing my blood circulation, getting that movement going, and then paying attention to the things that you have to avoid. So like my husband had a conversation with me about donating plasma and donating blood. Well, I'm not a candidate for that because my iron levels and my blood levels are lower than his. You know what I mean? So you really, that's where that listening comes into play or whatever. You can't just jump on the bandwagon and do what everybody else is doing.
Absolutely.
You have to meet the needs of your body, and your body will tell you. And the older you get, you are forced to listen.
Yes.
Would you agree?
I absolutely. I absolutely. I mean, you have to be in tune to your body, and I feel like even if when I come to you for therapy, or I go to my doctor or dentist, whatever I'm going to, I have to be in tune because I'm my best advocate.
Right.
You know, well, no, that's not what's happening with me. This is what's happening with me.
Right.
You know, we're not all in the same little category, as you said before. So that part is so important.
So can I add something?
Yes, ma'am.
So one of the things that happens when you come into a massage space, is particularly a therapeutic massage space, is we'll do what's called an intake form. So we'll take in some information, we'll ask some questions about what's going on with your body specifically. So we'll ask about, you know, if you've been diagnosed with anything, we'll ask some basic questions to get some information. I usually ask questions about, you know, how you use your body at work, you know, what kind of exercise do you do?
Very good.
Have you been diagnosed with anything? Because sometimes people come to me because I am a therapeutic massage, or a medical massage therapist, I should say, that I'll ask them about their surgeries and injuries. You know, we just came off of the sports arena or whatever, so there's a lot of people who weekend warriors and athletes or whatever that have done something specifically that may have caused injury to their bodies. And so as we do an intake, we customize your massage session based on what your needs are. So it's not cookie cutter where I'm doing top and bottom and then turn you over and do top and bottom again. I may incorporate stretching if you need it. I may decide that you might need lymphatic drainage on a particular body part. We can do lymphatic work from head to toe, but maybe you need it in your sinuses because, you know, the fall is coming and it's allergy season, you know what I mean? And then maybe you need to be stretched. And so it's not designed based on meeting everyone with a general need or whatever. And we also do it based on your needs and not a cookie cutter. So we don't do a la carte where, oh, if you need hot stones, then we have to add this price or we have to, you know, add this service or whatever, and it's going to cost more. We incorporate hot stone therapy if you need it. We'll do ionic foot baths for detox. We will do stretching. We'll do the sauna blanket if you need it or whatever. So that's why it's so important to have a conversation with your massage therapist about what's going on with your body. Now the beauty is sometimes when we're talking to the clients, they forget. You ask questions and they're like, no, I never did this, I've never had that. And then as soon as you start working on them, oh yeah, I remember I fell and hurt my knee and I got this pain or whatever. So you can tell. So sometimes the intake will continue during the session, but you can make modifications based on what they say, what they feel, what they notice in their body as you start touching them.
I think that alone, you know, to have that professional service, so that someone is in tune, and I like that.
And she personalizes it to each customer, so I like that.
I like that. There's no cookie cutter.
No,
because we're all different. You know, we're all different. So, was anything else that you wanted to ask, or? But you know, one of the things too, Nicole, that I looked at. You said you had some trauma. How did your trauma in life relate? I can understand the whole spiritual, the whole belief, and how did that trauma relate to you getting into the wellness, the therapeutic?
Well, I'll say my answer was God, because, you know, my trauma was around physical touch and physical abuse, and so I didn't like to be touched. And so the reality was, I wasn't.
And that's something. And you ended up being a therapist.
Like I said, it's nothing but God. I didn't like to be touched, and I definitely wasn't a hugger, right? So one of the things that I do when it comes to massage therapy is I'm very cautious or careful, because I don't know how to explain this, but not everybody that comes to massage really wants to be touched. You have to. It's empathetic work, so you have to be able to read and. You have to be in tune with what the person is saying, what they're not saying. Some people will want to be touched in a particular way, or they'll give you the region that you can touch and things like that or whatever. So it's maybe a lot more compassionate and empathetic to what the needs are, so that the work can be a mutual conversation between the two of us.
Okay, that's very important. I think when you're working with people, when you have that's the whole life thing, the whole life circle, the whole journey, and what your choices are and what you pick in life to be your occupation, your gift, your service. When you have that experience and there are other things in your life, that gives you such a passion. You know, a passion for what you're doing for other people in their body. So, I mean, that's important, because I know there's some circumstances I don't like people touching me. You know, I mean, you know, I won't say when we are, because some, you know, I just don't, you know, some people when I'm praying, I don't want everybody touching me. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't want everybody touching me when I'm praying.
It brought another thought to me, though, because so we also offer stretching, right? And so with stretching, so with massage therapy, the expectation is that you have to be completely nude, right? And you don't have to be. It's easier to work skin-to-skin contact on those regions or whatever. But if somebody needs some therapy, but they don't want to get undressed, and they don't want to be touched, or, you know, glides and things like that.
That's
what
important.
comes into play is stretching. And so you can do that on the table, fully dressed. And that is a result that people can agree to without being glided with a massage.
Right, and they're building this relationship with you, and to maybe at one point they will get to that.
Right.
Because one of the things I noticed within our industry, okay, wrap it up. But we'll come back to that. But one of the things I noticed in our industry, because of the type of industry it is, the beauty and the fashion and all of that, and people used to always say just the females, but males come in contact with some unsavory people too. So they go through a lot of different things. So we'll be right back. Hold that thought. And you're watching the Marlene Cox Show, and I wanted to let you know that we will be every Wednesday on WBGR on Roku TV, and Thursdays we're on YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel at 7 o'clock. Sign up, subscribe, like us, do all the things that you have to do. And our
You are watching The Marlene Cox Show. And we're back. You are watching The Marlene Cox Show.
Yes.
We're here for you, becoming you.
Okay, and we are back. We are back with our co-hosts, Valencia, and our lovely guest, Nicole. Nicole, you have enlightened us so much on this journey. It's more than just skincare. You know, we're going a little bit deeper with the therapies and the different massages, and even understanding your journey. What led you to even get into this? You worked in the medical field, but also to get into the therapeutic side of it, which is so needed. And I have to say, and it's getting better. Every community is doing it, but I'm so excited that more people in our community are being in tune to their bodies to get the things that they need to really talk about. So we'll talk about your a little bit about the let's go about a little bit about the skin, because when we're dealing with these beautiful ladies and our thing about the skin and how important that is to the model. You know, a lot of these models are young and they think it's going to stay that way forever. And but one of the things I try to show them, age doesn't really, it matters, but that camera will pick up everything if you don't take, and makeup only can cover so much.
Right.
You know,
that is so true.
You know, makeup can only cover that. You know, they can pick up them red eyes, and we can put the drops in them all we want. They can pick up the dryness in the skin because you're not dry. You know, getting enough hydration for your skin. It can pick up a whole lot of things. The detoxification. Tell us a little bit about that with the puffiness of the eye. And I did, mine are puffy. You don't work on those, girl.
Right.
That's mine's is age.
Right.
But anyway.
So
there's a little life in there. I love it.
So what I'll say to that is that our bodies speak to us. So pretty much what's going on in the inside of us is being emulated on the outside of us. So dry skin is a source of communication, which can be combated with drinking water or drinking things that will keep you hydrated. By the time your skin is dry, that means that you've been dehydrated for some time, right? And so you'll notice like cracks in your skin, aches and pains in your joints and things like that. So with the hydration, we just recommend drinking somewhere between 64 ounces to half your body weight in ounces. Okay. So that means if you weigh 200 pounds, then you'll be drinking about 100 ounces of water. And somewhere in between is a good median. In terms of detoxification, what I will say to that is your body will speak to you with puffiness in your skin. maybe the lack of eliminations, urine in your poop and things like that or whatever, pain in your joints or whatever, like your performance, you'll notice that, the way that you walk the runway, the anxiety and the tension or whatever will increase because you have things that are clogging your pores and clogging your brain, or you're having focusing and things like that. So what I usually encourage people to do is a detox every quarter, like every 3 months, and you can do a combination of things. We go back to the lymphatic massages. We can do the ionic foot baths, which when you're putting your feet in an ionic solution, it's usually done with Himalayan salt. It pulls impurities out of your body at your feet, because your feet, the base of your feet has the largest pores in your body.
Exactly.
And so, some people will see a change in the color of water, and based on the change of the color of water, like if you're a meat eater, you're going to have a darker color than someone who eats, like mainly fruits and vegetables and things like that. But sometimes the things that we take in, or like I said, the environment that we breathe in or whatever, it holds and stores in our body, so it's great to clear it out. Sweating is another great thing to do. So exercise, stretching, yoga, whatever your exercise of choice is, right? I wouldn't tell you to go out and do a high intensity impact training.
That's what people don't understand.
Exactly.
10, 20 minutes a day.
Yes.
It's better than nothing.
And so if you have problems with movement, like going into a steam room or a sauna blanket might be helpful for you.
Ooh,
but you do have to check in with your doctor, because some people think that going into a sauna is going to be an instant way to lose weight. No, it's not.
I wish it was.
It's
no
getting
such
rid
thing.
of impurities. It's not the answer to fat loss.
There is no easy game for that. If it was, I would be no weight problems. I work out like a crazy person, but you know what? If you're taking in too much even healthy things, you're not going to drop, and then you have to be in tune with your body. As you get older, metabolism slows down. So I really like that idea. But let me just say this to you. Miss Marlene gets the feet up. I get my feet done. Okay. I get into the Himalaya and pool and see. I just believe in all of that, and I believe in when I look at that water. The young lady, one of my students, and now she's moved to Florida. One of the things that the different colors would tell you some of the things that's too much in your body and I haven't had one for a while because she's moved away. So I'm into that. I'm with you on that. And I also tell us this about the feet, because I'm really funny about, I tell people you shouldn't walk around barefooted because your feet pulls on everything that you're doing. One day I saw my son cleaning out the shower with disinfectants in the shower, and with barefoot, I said, you're pulling that stuff in your body. So why is that? Why is it that feet pull out those toxins? What is it? I mean, we're like so in tune.
Well, like I said before, and I guess I can't say it enough, we absorb what's in our environment, right? And so because your feet have the largest pores in your body, if you step on cleaning products or bleach or whatever, it has the space, because the steam, if he's using hot water or steam or whatever, it opens your pores and it allows it to soak in. You can get rid of it by doing the ionic foot baths and the detox and things like that. But that's why you want to use products that are earth friendly.
Yeah. That's why I use. I don't use really harsh products in the bathtub, especially if I'm going to take a bath. I don't use Lysol. I use something like a little bit earthier, like lemon. It's like something clean or something gentle.
That is smart.
And then I'll rinse it with water before I take a bath.
Yeah.
That's when you guys got to work on me, because I'm into everything natural. I love it. I have to break away from that bleach. You got to get me away from that bleach. I'm bleach crazy, and I know that's not good. Yeah. So that's good. Lemon. You put a little lemon in the tub.
Well, it's like the lemon spray cleaner.
Something like that. It's
not as harsh as bleach and Lysol, stuff like that.
But you can also make products like with baking soda and the lemons or the essential oils and things like that. Now, I know some people are concerned that is it really getting clean, but we should be doing it more frequently.
If you do
know
it
what I
every
mean?
day or every time you use it, shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be an issue.
Yes.
It shouldn't be. And if you want the harsh chemicals, just have the people come in and clean them, and then you air your house out, and then you come back in and do all the good stuff. Okay. But if you're doing it like that. But before we wrap this up, I have something I want you to lead into, and then we're going to do some other things. I do want you to give recognition quickly before this interview wraps up. The focus on the 4 E's in your life and how it relates to your church. I can't let you walk away without us talking about that.
So with the 4 E's, that is a platform that my church uses to help new members become engaged with Christ. And so it's like the walking into the door and having an opportunity to experience God. Then engaging in community, that's an opportunity to, because some churches are bigger than others or whatever, so you don't want to get lost. So engaging in the community is having a relationship with a few people. We do what's called life group or small group. And then as we slow walk you through our process, getting equipped through training. So we offer a lot of classes. One of the classes that I'm currently taking is an emotional, spiritually healthy class. So we're talking about dealing with some of our emotions from the past, which can be hard, which is why it's better to do it with a group so that you can talk things through. And then empowering you to be able to serve others. So one of the things that if I may, I'd like to add is I remember talking to you in the office before about like what a routine might be for your self-care. And so just like anything else, like, when you go to work, you have a plan of what you're going to do today or whatever. You may have a plan or structure for your house. So one of the things that I would say about your body, and if you feel like your body is out of alignment, or if there's something that's going on with you that's not in alignment, I would say create a strategy or a plan for your body, and don't try to encompass too many things at once. Start with maybe some quiet time and being still for 2 to 5 minutes a day in the morning. Maybe water, you have that on lockdown, but maybe your nutrition plan might be out of sync. So meal planning, and meal planning doesn't mean that you have to eat the same day every day for a week, but just have some sort of itinerary or preparation for your snacks so that you're not going out and getting the processed stuff or getting the fast foods and things like that, having some pieces of fruit or vegetables or whatever. And then having a strategy for your exercise. Maybe it's stretching in the mornings or doing like a nighttime ritual of before you go to bed. And then lastly, I would say having a sleep hygiene, which would incorporate having a time frame of when you would sleep, which is, I know we all say we don't have enough time, but sleeping is just as important to your health care as everything else. So I would recommend somewhere between 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
And of course, your monthly massages. I can't let you leave. I can't leave without telling you that it's important to get a massage. A massage or stretching or some sort of body treatment.
Yes.
What did you say?
I need a massage, and I gotta work on my sleep schedule too.
Yes.
It's a challenge for me, but I gotta work on that.
Yeah, work on that. And you know what? All of the things that Nicole and I, look, this has been wonderful.
Thank you.
The challenge, and we have to have you back because there's more.
Okay.
One of the she's telling you, I know to be true. And when you hit 65, 70 years old and you go back to your class reunions, sometimes I want to cry because I see so many people that I grew up with are so broken in walkers. Their health is horrible. It breaks my heart. But some of them because things happen, but some of them because they didn't take care of themselves. And it's devastating. So start now.
Yes, start now. Keep doing what you're doing.
And I started very young. They used to make fun of me, even my family. Oh, you can't go to her house because she's not going to have that, and she's going to be doing this, and they're going to have that, and the kids don't eat junk. No. Not that I don't eat junk. Not on a regular basis. My kids didn't even grow up on it. Their snacks, they were doing celery and carrots in school for lunch. People make fun of them, but that's okay. But anyway, start now. It's so disheartening. Some things people get they can't help. it's just something hereditary to get in an accident. But I'm talking about people who just ignore their bodies, their health. It's devastating.
Yeah, and it's never too late to start.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Nicole. This has been wonderful.
Thank you.
And we're going to have you back. And if anyone wants to get in touch with her, we'll have all the ways to get in touch with her. And you can briefly tell them where you're located before we close out.
So I am located on 7211 Hanover Parkway, Suite D in Greenbelt, Maryland. And my telephone number is 202-689-4585. And lastly, I would say that I'm available on all social media platforms using the keyword Care Essence, and that's spelled CareSsence.
Good, because we were trying to break that one down. I said, what is it, Care what? Okay, so
Care Essence.
Care Essence. That makes it very easy. Care Essence. Thank you, Nicole. It has been a deep pleasure to be here with you today.
Thank you.
And we're going to get ready and break, and we'll be right back. This is watching The Marlene Cox Show.
You are watching The Marlene Cox Show.
Rita by Wallace and Posey. Seize the moment with Rita. Inhale the intimacy. Shop now. Go to our website at wallaceposey.com.
And we're back. You are watching The Marlene Cox Show. We're here for you, becoming you.
Welcome back to the Marlene Cox Show. It's time for Tips and Trends. Today's tips is 3 common skincare mistakes. So in this video, she'll show you some tips to avoid for your skincare, such as not going to sleep, not putting your moisturizers on right before you go to sleep. Do it 1 to 2 hours, which is something that I learned I didn't know. So here's the video and help you learn something.
I bet you're making one of these 3 common skincare mistakes. Mistake number 1, applying your skincare products too close to bedtime. You definitely don't want your skincare products ending up on your pillow instead of in your skin. Give it some time to absorb before you go to bed. I recommend doing 1 to 2 hours before you go to sleep. Mistake number 2, not applying enough sunscreen. Let your fingers guide you. Take the 6 sections of your fingers and divide your face into 6s. That way you know you're putting enough sunscreen in each area. And mistake number 3, not cleansing long enough. Sing your favorite song up into the hook, and that way you know that you've cleansed long enough.
So I hope you learned something about that. Those tips to avoid 3 common skincare mistakes.
So where are we going now? We're going to go around town and see what's happening around town. Okay, we're going to get a couple of nice events going on around town in the DMV. One of the things that I thought was really wonderful, there's going to be a concert series at the Plaza through September 27th, and it'll start from 12 to 1 p.m. right off of Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, and that's called the Wilson Plaza. So go and look out for that event, and that's going to be a wonderful event for you to have. And I'm going to take you up on the western side of Pennsylvania. There will be on the in September, the Fest in Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. How many of you guys go west, or how many of you go up to the ski resort? And that's going to be around the 27th and the 28th. So you might want to go out for that event. That's going to be a great event to go out to for that. And we have another Greenbelt Festival, which is going to be actually. You might have already missed that Greenbelt Festival, so we'll talk a little bit about that the next time we come around. So that's what we have for you for Around Town. So that was such a great show, Valencia. Nicole, Ms. Ruff, that was excellent on the whole thing about therapy and understanding. And you know, one of the things I like how you inputted that iron deficiency. You know, just who thinks of that? I mean, do people go get their blood work and things? So, what did you think about some of the input that that she shared with us today?
I think it was great, like just knowing yourself, being in tune with yourself, knowing what works best for you. Like you can't do it what somebody else does. You have to find out what's best for you. You know, and I love that her services are personalized and customized to each person. It's like it's not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. And she takes the time to have that intake form and find out what your needs are and suggest things that you need that's going to be best for you in your situation. I love that.
Yeah, I think that the intake is so important. And even, the other thing about that Valencia that's so good about the intake, she says, her clients fill things out, and then when she gets back in the masseuse area, the massage area, and she notices a lump or she notices a thickness, and then she says, what about that? And they say, oops, and they forgot they got. But she will continue that therapy, and based on even that, recognizing that back there, that she will transfer and add a few things, that you need. And I think that is so wonderful that she personalizes that. I hope she has enough for her to go around, because everyone is going to want to have that type of service for them and touching. And I think being in tune to people who don't want to be touched, and how she can groom them into maybe doing stretching in the beginning, full clothes, to get to know her, to understand all of that, and then she can build up that confidence, because some people are so traumatized from things in life, we just don't realize it, and everyone doesn't want to be touched, So I like that she takes that consideration for her clients, and as you said earlier, it's not a cookie cutter. Right. It's not a cookie cutter. And I've been actually using her services off and on for the last 4.5 years. Okay. And I've stopped during the pandemic, so take a year off of that. But absolutely, I enjoy it. I think it's good for my well-being and my health. I'm not one who likes to wear a lot of makeup other than when we're doing something special. Same. Yeah, I just want my skin and me to be to be in good shape, for the activities and things that, I want to do in life. I want to continue in life.
Is it just her by herself, or does she has other employees there?
She has others. She has others. So, yes. And so it's a nice thing. And actually it's not that far. It's right in the heart of the Prince George's County area, which makes that very neat. Because this is a huge population over here. Yeah. She might be overflowing. You guys better, Shamika too, y'all better get your appointments, because she might get overflowing from this show. And some people are probably out there searching or thinking or reading, but they're just not sure where to start. So she would be that place I would say, start there.
Yeah, and she kind of reminds me of like a holistic kind of therapy. Is already holistic in a way, but I guess it feels more holistic with her approach to customizing it and everything. Because I know when I see a holistic doctor, they do the same thing. I guess when you go to every doctor, it's an intake form too, but they ask different questions.
They ask different questions.
Holistic doctors and things like that. So I like that about her services. It seems like it's a little bit more holistic than an average retail massage.
Yeah. When you go into like a retail shop, it's almost like me being a licensed cosmetologist, and of course you have family members who are also in that area. When we look at, especially the area that we came in, I believed in the intake and all of that with my clients, and we did the nails and we did the pedicures. But nowadays, when you go into a nail and a pedicure, they just take you. Nobody washes their hands.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, they don't. I remember we used to make sure we had a card, paper for everyone, so we knew the colors that they liked, the shape of their nails. You got to keep telling them stuff, and half the time I have to say, "Honey, you didn't put the hand cream on." It's just like it's like just running through a service, and that's what I like about Nicole, because you're not getting that custom service, and you can be careful now. You can get that same type of thing happen in a hair salon. You're like a little assembly line, if you're not going through that person who gives you that individual care. So I think that's one of the things, and I come far to go to her. It takes me 2.5 hours.
If you like somebody that do a good job, you'll travel far for them.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. If it's something in a service that you want, and something, even as we talk to our models and our talent, some people say, "Oh, you got no." If this is something that you're searching for, and we can offer you that, and we tap into that, you'll come to where that is.
That's true.
You'll come to where that. You have people. If you ever see the beltways out here, $4.95, $72.7. People are leaving their homes miles away going to work. So people will go to where they need to go if that's something that they want.
You're watching The Marlene Cox Show, a show about models for models.
Well, thank you so much for the day. We had Mrs. Nicole Ruffin here today, our therapist, massage therapist, therapeutic massage therapist. What a wonderful show. So much information that we had received from her today. Not just taking care of the outside of your skin, but understanding that the whole thing about therapeutic massage. Understand how yoga plays an important part of that. Understanding how the empathic massage, all of those things. So your foot iodine soaking. What a wonderful show, guys. And I hope that you will share all of this information with your family and your friend and your community. So this is a way that we're going to all get together so that we will have a better, healthy life. As we said earlier in the show, health is wealth. See you back next week.
Thank you for watching The Marlene Cox Show. Please tune in next week.